Okay, good morning or good evening, depending where you live, or a good day. Um, Welcome to my lessons from book 128 Motifs. Today we're going to crochet motif on from page 4. It's numbered 3. It's a really cute motif. Look complicated, but actually it is not too complicated. So I already have one person here watching. Hello, Rebecca. And you already have a question. So the thread that you see right here, this is antique thread that I purchased. It's made in Switzerland, and it is bought on a website Vintage Pesamente. They sell all kinds of interesting things, and this is what I found probably 5 or 6 years ago, if not even more than that. And I bought the last box of 10 spools like that. It's silk, and this is what I'm using sometimes for my videos or for samples, just thread for playing with. So unfortunately I cannot give you the link that you can go and buy this thread, but you can look probably for something similar. It's not a really shiny thread, even it's silk, but I really like this thread. It's really nice. I don't remember right now how I spell this. I don't want to, while you're waiting, while people are coming in, let me just quickly look on my computer. Hold on. I think if I will start typing it, it will come up on the internet. Yes, it did. I know that they have a website, a store or shop online. Online they have a website. Here it is. So let me just post this here in comments. Here's the website. You can go and check them out. They also sell on Etsy, I know. And they have just all kinds of interesting things in that place, in that shop. Different trims and ribbons, so you probably will enjoy that website. Okay, so let's talk about our new motif for today. So what we will need scissors, hook. I chose a little bit thinner thread for today's lesson. This will be comparable to DMC Perle Cotton in number 12, probably 8. Just between, I cannot tell it, it's 12, it's a little bit thicker than number 12, but it's not also, it's not number 8, somewhere in between. So I really don't know the number. The number that is on the spool is 33, so it's a number 30, which I don't know what to compare. We don't have thread like that in that size, and 3 ply. So this is what I will use for today. Also, I will use a thicker thread for my padding cord. I chose Aunt Lydia's number 10. Of course, we always use number 10. You will need for the padding cord to cut thread 2 meters. And, I don't know how many it is in inches, but if you're using this little device, measuring tape, let me tell you. So 1 meter will be 39.5 inches. So double it, multiply by 2. So 2 meters of padding cord, fold it in half, and this will be enough for our work. So we will need hook, scissors, of course we will need beading needles, tapestry needle to weave in our thread, and that's basically it for now. And oh yes, and you will need the some kind of crochet hook handle if you have something like this. I use actually for this flower I used a pen I have, and I used that tip right here. It's probably 5 millimeters in diameter. 5 or 6, I don't even exactly know. I just grabbed it, I looked at the size of it, and this is what I used. When you making the centerpiece for any motif, and when it tells you to, normally they don't tell you what needle size to use to wrap things around, wrap the thread around. So you just have to figure out on your own. I sometimes just have to use different handles of different pens, pencils, matches sometimes, my hooks, my old hooks, I have hook handle with a round handle, like so. You just have to figure out for yourself. They will be a good help. So let's talk first about our diagram, and then we will crochet. You will need to find this if you have the book already. If you purchase the book, you will find this on page 98. So the diagram is actually not difficult to understand. All we will need to do to follow the red line, and this wavy red line, curved line. You will, it's in red color, and this is, as we already established and we already crocheted few motifs, you already know this is padding cord. We begin crochet this motif from the center of the motif. And right here, let's look at some markings, some symbols. So this we already know, dark little dot, look more like oval. This and here, those two are slip stitches. The red arrows, we have different ones. This right here, those are direction, showing you direction of your work. This arrow, it's a beginning of your crochet. An arrow that look like that, this is where you will finish your crochet. Also, these are single crochet stitches, and single crochet stitches with line underneath tells you that you have to crochet into the back loops of each stitch of the previous row or round. And most Japanese diagrams, they will give you, if the diagram is repetitive, which this one is, so we will crochet this part, the section 1, look like with 2 leaves. So when we will crochet this one, we will have to make exactly the same next, and then we repeat. So the pattern repeat 5 times. So we will have only exact pattern in 2 parts, 2 sections. Then you see this kind of lines, right? They just show you that you crochet the same things as before as here. Now you have red numbers throughout the diagram. They indicates the number of stitches you have to crochet so that you don't have to sit and count all the time. And the center of this motif will begin with the round circle here, and this number indicates that you will have to take your working thread and wrap it around the needle or handle of a hook that I showed you just a minute ago, and you have to wrap it around 10 times. And after that you will make your slip stitch to secure the coil of thread, and then you crochet single crochet stitches around that coil of 10 wrapped thread that wrapped 10 times around. So let's just well, okay, I will just go a little bit ahead and I will just tell you what we will do. So the first thing we will make, so I will show you, tell you a little bit our few steps that we will crochet, and then I will put a diagram aside and you follow diagram that you have, because it's not easy for me to fit everything in the camera here. So we will make, we will wrap thread around 10 times around the needle. We will crochet 21 single crochet stitches. We will finish this round with slip stitch right here, and we will add padding cord. So we will add padding cord and we will follow this arrow. We will crochet 40 single crochet stitches over the padding cord. These 40 single crochet stitches include this stem and leaf single crochet stitches. After that, we will drop our padding cord, and you see that little broken dot shows us we have to come back and crochet into the back loops of the previous row. We will crochet, we have numbers 3, 8, and 3. First we'll have 3 single crochet stitches, then half double, and then we will have 8 double crochet stitches, then again half double, and finish the row with 3 double crochet three single crochet stitches. After that, again you see this broken line, shows you we have to go this direction now, and we will crochet again into the back loops. You see those lines throughout the work. So I will not repeat all the times in the back loop. You will know every time you see the line under the stitches, we will have to crochet into the back loops. So the third row of the leaf, we will have to make 15 single crochet stitches all the way to the end, and then right here we see the stitch. This stitch is crocheted over the padding cord. So at the end of third row we will pick up padding cord, make single crochet stitch over it, then we will turn our work and crochet over the padding cord into the previous row, into the back loops, 16 single crochet stitches, and then 5 single crochet stitches into that first 5 stitches of the first row of the leaf. Okay, after that we will have to crochet over the padding cord only. We will start new leaf, and we will crochet 16 single crochet stitches. Again, we drop padding cord and crochet 3 single crochet stitches, half double, 6 double crochet stitches, half double, 3 single crochet. Turn your work and we will crochet 13 single crochet stitches. At the end, we again pick up our padding cord, take this, make this single crochet, turn our work and crochet again into the previous row over the padding cord. You can see line, red line appeared here, and again into the back loops we crochet 14 single crochet stitches. 14 single crochet stitches will fit right in this area, and then we'll have to make 1 single crochet stitch into this first stitch here, and then we will crochet over the padding cord into that stem of the stitches that are left. It will be 18 single crochet stitches here. So we will crochet over the padding cord into this line here of stitches, into the back loops, and we will come to the point when we will reach the center of our motif. And here we will crochet into that circle, into the circle we will have the centerpiece, 4 single crochet stitches. Again, over the padding cord and into the back loops. So as you can see, all the diagrams in this book, actually, all motifs, all the time we crochet into the back loops of each stitch, unless there's no line. So, but as I remember in this book, there is no such thing. Almost all of them are made into the back loop to create that beautiful texture. So let's begin. Later everything will be repeat itself, and I will come back to the diagram with you when we will start next section. So for now, if you have so far questions, you can ask me. If not, I will continue. So here's our goal for today. I have my padding cord ready. So your padding cord has to be already cut 2 meters, fold in half. So I already have my padding cord. I will introduce to my crochet when I need it. So I will get my working needle, working thread. I will pick up this my pen. You can use needle, knitting needle, or anything round that is 5 millimeters. Again, here's it can be probably less than 5 millimeters, something smaller. This size of this circle will depend on the size of thread you will use. The thicker the thread, you probably need thicker handle or needle, knitting needle. The smaller, the finer the thread. If you, for example, would decide to crochet this with thread number 80 or 60 from DMC Cordonnet or Prasencia FIncrochet thread, then you will probably need something smaller than this. Probably 3 millimeters needle will be enough. So you will have to just work with that for a while, because you will have to fit in that coil of thread the exact amount of stitches they ask you for. So wrap thread around the needle 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Most of the time I cut short tail because I wrap around it enough so I can rid of this little tail, so it will not bother me as I crochet. Now very carefully take this coil of thread off. And first thing, we have to do our slip stitch to secure thread. And then we will have to crochet 21 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if your coil of thread misbehaving, if you cannot see very well and your thread is not staying well, I use my scissors just to put thread in place. So just open scissors inside that coil. How many did I make here? 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, this thread came out that I cut, and I don't want it. It's not going to be easy with that little tail sticking like that. So I'd rather hide it. It still come out. Okay. I guess I will have to deal with that. Twelve, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. So make sure that the thread behind and in front don't have any gaps, and you don't see the coil, the thread that was wrapped around. So you have to crochet in such a way that it will look neat. That short tail here a little bit showing itself, so it does not really matter. I don't have to worry about this piece. It will hide itself on its own. So now I have to close with a slip stitch this first round, and before I will do that, I will take my padding cord that is folded in half, and the loop of the padding cord I will put on a hook. Make sure this is in front of you for now. Then you go into the first stitch and insert the hook there and make your slip stitch. So you pull threads through that first stitch, then through this padding cord, and through the stitch that was on a hook. This way you secured your padding cord. And now, according to the diagram, so we made our, let me get to the diagram. So we made our center, we introduced padding cord, and now we will crochet only around the padding cord 40 single crochet stitches. This 40 single crochet stitches, it will be this part of a stem and part of the leaf, and then we will crochet the leaf itself. Okay, so now crochet, pick up your padding cord, and we will crochet 40 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So I will stop here just for a second. What we will need to do when you reach 20 stitches, we want to achieve this beautiful curve here. For now we crochet and our part is quite straight. It's not curved, right? We need to have that curve throughout the whole motif. So how to do that? So as soon as you make, I will just take my hook off, and always remember, be careful when you crochet, stretch your last stitch, make it a little bit longer that you will not lose it. Now pick up your padding cord only and squeeze those stitches together. You see it's shorter. So what I basically did, you can hold your stitches at the very end and pull on your cord. When you pull on your cord, you see what happened. It's just turning in a form of arch. It's not straight line anymore. Like that. And continue crochet. So we have 20 stitches. I need 20 more. "21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. So we have our 40 stitches. I will still move a little bit my stitches together so that they will be a little bit tighter in here. I don't want this part to be curvy because this is where the leaf is. But if you will make it slightly curvy, don't worry about it. It's quite, you know, something that you come up with on your own. I never saw it anyway in the books, probably in one or two Irish crochet books, antique books, they will say something about the curve. So this is how it will look like. Probably like 10, 15 stitches are straight and the rest is a curve. So now we will crochet, we drop padding cord, we don't need it right now, and we will crochet the leaf. So we have to turn our work like that. And we will crochet. I normally wrap my padding cord around the pinky of my right hand, like that. It's easy for me this way to crochet. And we will crochet first. So we crochet into the back loops of stitches. First 3 stitches, single crochet stitches, 2, 3, then half double, and 8 double crochet stitches. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 'Then half double, and 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, and 3. So we have our 3 single crochet stitches. First row of the leaf is finished. Actually, it's second. First row was single crochet. Now we turn our work again, like that, and crochet single crochet stitches. We have to have 15 single crochet stitches. We crochet into this second row, into the back loops. Padding cord is here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. After that, so after the third row, this is how it will look like. Now pick up your padding cord. You cannot miss it, it's here already. And we crochet a single crochet stitch over the padding cord. Like this. Turn our work and crochet over the padding cord into the back loops of this last row. Single crochet stitches, 16 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like to stop at 5 stitches sometimes 10, and check that I will not see the padding cord there on the tip of the leaf. So all you have to do, pick up each strand of the padding cord, we have 2 of them, and slightly pull on it, and the thread will disappear if you see it. Also, once in a while you have to pull on your padding cord because you would see it on the back between stitches. You want to avoid that. You don't want to show your stitches at all. Okay, so now we have 5 stitches, we need 16. Let's continue. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16th stitch we crochet right. You cannot really see easily that stitch, it's between right there, so just push your hook inside between first row and the last row, right in here. If you could see the bump on the side, you can insert your hook into the bump. It's actually very easy to see. My bump is just right there. So I pick it up and I crochet my 16th stitch. Then, now this is how it will look like. That's how your work will look like. I can check and see. I can see slightly my padding cord. It does not look really neat. compared to this area where I already fixed it. So what I will do, I will just pick up my padding cord, slightly pull on it, and all that thread that was seen on the back is gone. This is how it will look like. Now, according to the diagram, let me come back to the diagram so that it will be clear to you what's going on. So we crocheted this part, 16 stitches. We still have to make 5 single crochet stitches. You see those lines to the stem. Basically, it's a part of leaf. It's not a stem, but 5 stitches here. So 16 we made. Now we will drop down and crochet single crochet stitches into the back loops. Right into this area, right here, 5 stitches. So insert your hook into the first stitch, 1, then second, two, 3, 4, and 5. And again, I will just slightly pull on my cord just to make sure the leaf look fine, neat, and it's not curvy or anything funny going on with that. So sometimes, you know, you can fix with padding cord your motif. So if you pull too much, you see what's going on with leaf, right? So if you see it's too much and it's curvy like that, all you have to do, just with your fingers, stretch a little bit here, and everything normalized to the shape and form you need. It's flat, it's what you want. And we have this nice curve in here. Now we have to crochet second part of this leaflet. So we finished this part. Now we need this. So we will crochet only over the padding cord 16 stitches, 16 single crochet, and then I will not show diagram, but we will crochet and you follow with the diagram. Okay, how to make this leaf. It's basically the same things, only shorter, a little bit shorter leaf. So now over the padding cord only, here it is, we crochet 16 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 and 16. And I would pull a little bit on the cord, not to make them too tight. It still has to be straight because it's our leaf. And just to make sure that single crochet stitches are tight, snug, and padding cord is not showing anywhere. Now we will crochet the leaf. We drop padding cord. This is how your work will look like for now. then turn, if you want you can secure like that, like I do. So I will crochet here 3 single crochet, 1, 2 and 3, then half double crochet, half double crochet, then 6 double crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then half double crochet and 3 single crochet stitches, 1, 2 and 3. This is how it will look like. Now turn your work. I always turn clockwise, if you noticed. So we turn your work and we crochet 13 single crochet stitches. Well, I have to say hello. Hello, Sally, and hello, Mervat. Rebecca. Rebecca already was here first. Okay, 13 single crochet stitches. Crochet into the back loop of the second round of the leaf, that small one. Into the back loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Sometimes hook can stuck someplace, not in the right area. So your 13th stitch. Now, this is how it look like. This is your position of your crochet. Now pick up your padding cord and crochet over the padding cord, single crochet stitch, just over the padding cord, like this. Now again, we turn our work, and this time we'll crochet over the padding cord into the back loops, 14 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will stop and fix my padding cord because you can see it, you see. It's not always easy to keep it hidden. It comes out. And continue crochet. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and that 14, remember, as before, as in this leaf right here, we crochet 14th, the last leaf, right into this bump right there. I'm not sure if you could see from my stitch where it is. It's right there. That's where I will go with my hook. Now we have 14. I will still have to adjust a little bit my padding cord. This is how it will look like. Now, according to the diagram, remember we had this, I told you, showed it to you in the diagram. So I made my 14 single crochet stitches right there. And then there's one stitch that goes into the first stitch of this first row. There will be one stitch. After that, we will crochet 18 single crochet stitches into the stem of the padding cord and in the back loops, and then into the center 4 stitches. So let's make that one single crochet stitch. It will be right here before the leaf, right there. Like that. Now we need to crochet. Now watch me. This is how it will look like. Turn your work. Fold that leaf back. And we will crochet into this stem. So I will show you one more time. If you followed me and followed everything and did everything right, this is how you will have everything kind of flat. You see that, right? So we finished that leaf. Here's our hook. And we need to crochet into the stem. So first let's do our turning. Turn it. This little leaf on the way, so we fold it back. And we will crochet into the stem. So pick up our padding cord. 2 leaves look like that. And very first stitch that is seen here on the stem, right before that leaf here. You will not miss it, it's there. So 18 single crochet stitches. As soon as you secure at least with 1 stitch here, your leaf will be staying like that on that side. It will not come and turn back on you anymore. So let's crochet 18 stitches. I already have 1, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I would stop to adjust it. It's easier always to adjust the padding cord when you don't have too many stitches. So I'm holding, as you see, my stitches here tightly and moving only my padding cord. And see if it's nice and neat. So look how the leaf look like. They are staying now together, turned into one way. They will not, this leaf will not flip back. Okay. Do you have questions so far, ladies? So we have 10 and we continue. You can always pull on a padding cord. I hold it this way. It's easier for me. 11. And you really don't need any more to count here because this is how many stitches left. On that stem. So I have to crochet. It's easy. For now, my padding and my center is actually in the wrong place. I will later, when I will need to go into the circle, I will have to flip it like that. It's just following right now the way it want to go. And this time, actually, I will stop and cut this with smaller scissors, this thread. Okay, so we have to have 3 more stitches, as I believe I left here. So here's my 18 stitches. Now, be very careful with this leaf. You can, if it's too curvy like that, you can also fix it by pulling on padding cord here. You see? If I pull on a padding cord, it will straight. I don't want it straight, of course, but it will give me a little bit leverage to move my leaf up or down. So I will just move slightly. And I always check on the back how it look like. So first part, first section is finished. Now I will show you how we do the next. Like this. But first we have to go into the ring. But ring is, you can actually go here this way. Makes sense. But I know that on the picture that they had on the very first picture, it's all turned around. Because this is the first stitch of your motif here, the face, the right side. So if your center kind of tends to turn around this way, you still can continue crochet this way, but if you look very careful on their picture, this is what they did. They don't really write anything, so here's the next stitch. 4 stitches we have to crochet into the back loops, and front loops will be visible to us and create a really beautiful ridge, if you could see it right there. So we need to crochet 4 single crochet stitches over the padding cord into the stitches of the ring. 2, 3, and 4. So this is the first part. Now let's look at the diagram again. So the first section, this is the first section. All these 2 leaves and the stem. We made our 4 single crochet stitches, and now this part, this, and this will be repeated exactly the same way. So I will make this one, then I will jump into my prepared piece and show you how to finish it, because you know, I don't need to repeat the same thing over and over again. So I will make this part, show you how connect to this first section, and then we will continue and I will show you how to finish this motif. So we have our 4 single crochet stitches, then we will crochet now only over the padding cord 29 stitches. These 29 stitches will be stem and part of stitches here. On the 29th stitch, when the last stitch we will count 29th, this is where we connect. You see this dot, a broken dotted line? This broken dotted line we have to connect. It shows us we have to connect here. And we will have to count from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 into the 10th stitch. This is when we will connect this part. So 29 single crochet stitches, and at the last stitch we connect to the 10th stitch of the stem of first section. Then we have this number 10. We continue crochet with the padding cord 10 stitches. It's the same pattern as here. And then we drop our padding cord and crochet exactly the same pattern for first and for second leaf. So we will crochet 1 leaf, then another, and repeat the same things as before. Over the stem, again 4 single crochet stitches over the center, and again the same story, 29 stitches connect to this section now, again making 1 leaf, second leaf, and single crochet stitches over the stem, and again 4 stitches over the center, next section 4, again to the finish, go to the center, 5th section, and 5th section has to be connected to our first section. This is what I show you how to do. And then when we finish right in here. We finish the stem, 4 single crochet stitches, and we finish this right here. And I'll show you how to finish. But for now, let's go and make this part together. Okay, only over the padding cord, 29 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. As you can see, I pushed my stitches together. I will do it a little bit later again to create the curve. I need 29, 9 more stitches. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and 29th stitch. Remember what we have to do? Connect. So first, before I connect, I will pull on a padding cord to have this curve. To make sure that we have a curve in here. Naturally, your work's supposed to be like that. If I'll just put it flat, this is how it will look like. So now we need to connect to this part right here. And we will have to count 10 stitches. 10 stitches, not those that on a circle, we have 4 here. 10 stitches, so we'll have to connect somewhere there. So first let me just show you how to do this. So I already made first that curve. Now, so it's flat, we're turning it. I will hold this part with my fingers like that. Turn. I'll show you one more time. So this is when it's flat. With your fingers of your right hand, or if you're left-handed, hold this part where you crochet now and flip this one, turn it like that. And now we will have to count stitches. So we have 4 here, found the first stitch of the stem and count 10 stitches. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4. We count 10 stitches of the stem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Insert hook there into both loops. It's very important, into the both loops. Because if you insert it in one, your stitch will be stretched and it will not look nice. Now pick up your padding cord and finish your 29th stitch. 29. This is where we are. 29. This is how it will look like. Now we have to continue and crochet 10 stitches over the padding cord. You can actually, before you go, you can make this curve smaller, just slightly smaller. If you will not make it smaller, your motif will be, so your stitches have to be tight, very snug together. So here it is. And 10 more stitches over the padding cord. We're basically right now crocheting this part. And we'll crochet leaf, then second leaf, and this way. So let's do this. 10 stitches over the padding cord only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, this is how it will look like. Now we will drop our padding cord and we will crochet the leaf. And the pattern we already know for the first bigger, longer leaf. So first we crochet 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 4. 1, 2, 3. Then 4. It's half double. Then 8 double crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. After 8, half double and 3 single crochet. 1, 2, and 3. So now this is what will look like your work. Now we turn our work like that, and we will crochet 15, I believe, 15 single crochet stitches into this row, into the second row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, now we have to crochet over the padding cord. After that we have to turn, again turn our work, and crochet over the padding cord 16 single crochet stitches, the other edge of the leaf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I will stop here, adjust it, because I didn't do it on my favorite number 5 stitch. So I will get my padding cord, make it look neat on the back, and that I will not see it on the corner here, on the tip of the leaf. So we have 10 stitches, we need 16. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Now remember how we made our first leaf, right? We made 16 stitches and then we went on a stem a little bit. 5 more single crochet stitches over this stem part. And only after that we will crochet our second leaf. So we go into the stem and we crochet 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. When crocheting the second section and the sections after that, to come into those stitches will be a little bit challenging, so you will have to have magnifying glass or additional magnifying glasses attached to your glasses. If you don't have glasses, just best of course to have magnifying glass, because those stitches are so tight and so tiny, so you need to see the back loops very well, so you will need to have magnifying glass. Okay, so this is how it will look like for now. This is where I finished. Now we will crochet. So we have here is this is our first part. Now we will need to make small leaf. So we made our 5 stitches into the stem. Now we will crochet 16 single crochet stitches over the padding cord only. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Make sure that your stitches are snug. I hold my stitches of the row with my fingers and pull very slightly, very gently, just a little bit, to make sure that my stitches are here tight. Now, so this is how it will look like when it's flat. Now we have to drop our padding cord. We will crochet our leaf like that. We turn whole work like this, and we will crochet right in here. Okay, so we have first 3 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, and 3. Then we make half double crochet, 6 double crochet stitches, 1, 2, then 3, 4, 5, and 6. After this we crochet half double and 3 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, and 3. So this is how your work look like. Now we turn our work again. So here it is, hard flat. then we turn it like this, and we crochet into that small leaf 13 single crochet stitches into the edge, into the back loops. Remember back loops: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. 13 stitch. This is how our work look like now. Now we will crochet over the padding cord 1 single crochet stitch, and we turn work again like that. Pick up our padding cord and crochet into that leaf, the edge of the leaf, 14 single crochet stitches over the padding cord into the back loop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again I stop. You see how easy to see that if you, when you crochet over the padding cord, leaves especially edges or points of your flowers, it's nice to stop and adjust the padding cord that it will not show itself. So we have 5, we need 14. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Remember how when we go back in our stitch into the bump, like between the first row and the last row, in this bump right here. So I have my 13 stitches and I like to go right in the middle there, that single crochet. And 1 single crochet stitch, remember the last stitch right here, just next to this leaf, the first one. This is when we need to make our 1 single crochet. Nice and tight. So I adjusted my padding cord. This is how it look like. This is how it will look like. Now we have to crochet, as you remember, into the stem 18 single crochet stitches, and then into the ring 4 stitches. So how we do that? We need to flip our work So here it is. This is how it works. So we need to crochet, turn our work this way, the leaf, flip it on the right side, and we crochet 18 single crochet stitches right here into the stem. And so find the stitches here into the back loops, of course, you remember, over the padding cord, and you crochet your 18 stitches. So my suggestion to you, it will be quite difficult to crochet the stems, because when we crocheted them at the very beginning, when we were going and building up the stem, when it was straight, it was easy to see stitches, but then we created a curve, and that curve, thank you, Gala, and that curve will make our stitches too tight next to each other, and to crochet into the stitches will be quite a challenge. So I will suggest to you to get magnifying glass, so you could see all your stitches very well and you see where you're going with your hook. So this is how it's going. Adjust your padding cord often, and let's continue. As you can see, I am not counting the stitches now because there will be 18 stitches here, not less than that. So what I do, I just push that row to see here the stitch, and this is where I'm going. Hooks are luckily very sharp and very easy to, it's very easy to insert them in your stitches. Only be careful with your fingers. And this is why it's important to have magnifying glass or magnifying glasses. And don't be in a hurry. Crochet neat stitches. The secret to beautiful and neat crochet, Irish crochet, uniform and tight stitches. And when I talk tight, when I said tight, I don't mean the tight to the point that you cannot insert your hook inside. Not so tight. Hello, Bunny. So adjust padding cord often. Now, right here in this area, it's kind of curved, bented. So to make it easier to crochet into last, I think, 2 stitches, you can just flip your center like that inside. That way you could see better the stitches on a stem. And I need, I think, 2 more stitches here. And it's very easy to see them when you flip that like that. That's it. 2 more stitches. Now 4 stitches into the center of the padding cord. Over the padding cord. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you see I'm pulling on my padding cord, and if it's a little bit disfigured, I always come back and fix everything with my fingers. So try to make it all flat. This is how it will look like. Second section is finished. So now you will have to repeat this part with connecting to the previous section 3 more times. So you don't repeat this part because we started with 40 stitches here. We repeat the second part 3 more times. Total you will have 5 leaflets like this. So now I will grab my prepared piece that I already made yesterday. Oh, thank you, Gala. Start crocheting and show me your work. Okay, ladies, so this is almost finished motif. Almost finished motif. Let's go first to the diagram and then I will come back to this. So we made 2 sections and you repeat this section, first section, 1, 2, 3 times. Everything the same. You just follow my video or this diagram. Be very careful how you turn your work, always clockwise. So then the last section, your 4th section, why I'm saying 4th section? I'm so sorry. Here's the first, this is the second, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. Oh my gosh. Yeah, 4 times, 3 times you repeat. I lost my count. Oh my goodness, let's start again. The first section, then you repeat this section, 1, 2, and 3, 3 times. Now, this is very important. When you will make your last section, 5th section, and when you will finish your last small leaf, then you have to be very, very careful and watch ahead. You have to finish your last stitch here, and then you count crochets, 9 single crochet stitches, and connect with a slip stitch to the first leaf. And you crochet, you will have to count where. So you will count and put a marker there. So you'll have to make count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So in the first leaf of your work, place a marker into 11th stitch. Let's do that. I'll show you how I do this. If I will find my markers, I moved them somewhere and now I cannot find them. So this is the markers I use. Let me get another one. This is a little bit too. This is the markers I use. You can find the link where to buy them in my website, Irish Crochet Lab. There's the link. If you will go to the main menu, look for materials and then other materials. And if you want me to, I will just, what I will do, since online it's all easy, I can just right now go on my website and give you the link. And so you can, okay, it's thinking about something. Well, I will let my computer think for a while. So let's count 10 stitches. Here's our first leaf. So we count 11, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right here, you put your marker in there like that, to hold that spot ready for you, like that. And when you finish this last leaf, you count here according to the diagram. Let's come back to the diagram. So according to the diagram, you count here the last leaf, you made your last leaf, 9 single crochet stitches, and then connect with a slip stitch to that 11th stitch where the marker is, and then you finish here 9 more stitches. So we normally crochet 18, so they divide it by half. 9 stitches, connect, finish with 9 stitches, and 4 more single crochet stitches into the center of motif. So let me grab that link for you where you can buy the markers. I'm almost there. Other tools. What I basically will do. Here's the copy of it. And here is the link for you. Here it is. So here's the link, so you can go and get this those markers. They are fantastic for tiny, for fine thread, for tiny motifs that we crochet. So let's finish. So I am at my last section, as you can see. I think I made 5 stitches here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yes, 5 stitches. I need 9 to connect. Untangle everything here first. So let's make 9 stitches first. So I have 5 and 6, 7, 8, and 9. So 9th stitch, and then we have to connect. The last stitch that I just made, 9th stitch, stretch it slightly, like this. Now, come back to that area where our first leaf, and now you can remove the marker. Into the area where the marker was, it will be already stretched piece. Insert your hook there. Oops, sorry, not yet. First grab that stitch and then go into that stitch. Make sure the stitch is not stretched anymore. Actually, you know what? I don't think I did it last time this way, but I can see. I'm not sure it will be easy to crochet this way. No, it's fine. So your stitch is the last stitch on the hook, and a hook inside that 11th stitch of the first section. Now drop your padding cord for a second, grab the thread, and pull thread, you see how I did it? Through the leaf and the stitch. Now make sure that this stitch right here is not stretched. Nice and tight. Now we can crochet the rest of motif. We have to crochet that rest of the 9 stitches, and that will be quite challenging here because we already have that part. So what I would recommend you to do, stretch the stitch and see where my hook, not in the front, but go with the hook on the back and pick up the stitch, and then fold this flower toward you. It will be easier to crochet and finish. But make sure that that stitch, last stitch that on a hook, is not stretched. Now continue going into the stem, continue and make your last 9 stitches on a stem. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 9. Quite challenging here. Stitches are tight, so now I finished with my 9 stitches. Let's unfold our flower like that. Of course, my padding cord is not behaving too nice, so what I will do, I will fix it now. Okay. I can now move this stitch here, but it will be probably easier to finish on when the flower is folded. Yeah. Okay, so here it is. It's connected with a slip stitch, and I finished. So now I will flip it back and I will connect crochet last 4 stitches over the center. Make sure that your stitches are tight. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 stitches. I made my last 4 stitches. Adjust your padding cord here. Now drop your padding cord. Make sure that all of this is. So now you can drop your padding cord and make last slip stitch. Slip stitch just next to it. There is a stitch on a ring that you could see. Make a slip stitch there, like that. Slip stitch. You can cut your thread off. Pull thread out. And here's your finished motif. So at first it will kind of misbehaving like this, but you will block it, and you can, some people wash their motifs and block them. I never wash my motifs separately. I block them, touch it with a steamer so that they make shape I want, and that's it. And then I crochet an entire piece, and then I wash it, the finished product. So now I will show you how to deal with the rest of the thread. So we have to take care of our working thread, we have to weave it in, and we cannot cut, just take it and cut the padding cord. We cannot do that. We can weave in this padding cord into the center. So I will show you how to do all this. So first let's fix the weave in the thread, the working thread. For fine thread, I like to use my needles for beading. I really like this company. You can find Venus needles. I'm trying to think which one is the company, Venus or Bead Buddy. I remember I looked for those on Amazon, Venus needless beading needles, or just type in the search bar on Amazon beading needles, and one of them will pop up. This is the best. You see how the box look like? Those needles are the best. I like them. They're flexible. They don't break on you. There was one set of needles I bought not long ago, and every time you do something with those needles, they break. I don't know what kind of metal it is, but some kind of not very strong, so it's kind of frustrating to even work with that. So thread the needle with your working thread. That can be a little challenging here at first. I'm almost there. Okay. And we will weave in our working thread first. So on the wrong side of your work. So make sure when you finish and when you weave in that you will not see the gap. And let me do this. I will go on the front first. That you will not see the gap between the last stitch and the first stitch. Our first stitch was right in here in the round, and then we have this last stitch kind of sticking out. So insert the needle into your first stitch, into that back loop. Pull on the back, and you see how it's right the way, looking like nothing even, where the beginning and the end, no one see that. Then turn on your wrong side of the motif and weave in Since I'm working with a silk, I will weave in a longer piece to make sure it will not come out, because silk is really sleek thread, and you really have to watch for that thread not to do what it normally does. It's just really easy if you use silk or any sleek thread to lose all your stitches if you will not take a good care of your final steps, if you will not weave in your thread. So I like to go and take longer piece to weave in, so that it's for sure will not come out. So I'm going one direction and then I'm coming back. I was weaving this way, now I go back. And needles for beading are very flexible and very thin, so when you weave enough, this is when you can cut your thread off. By the way, that link that I gave you where to buy the um, markers, those markers, right? In the same page, you can find the link where to buy those small pliers. I know they are available at Joann and Hobby Lobby, but Amazon is also one way place to go and look for that. So working thread is done. We cut off that excess of thread. We don't need it anymore. Now we will need a different needle, a little bit thicker and stronger, to weave in the padding cord. So let me put away my needle. And I should choose, I leave that needle yesterday here out, but I forgot which one I use. Because it's so important which needle you take. Some of them have very small eyelets, some of them having just perfect eyelet for the thick number 10 thread. So now I will take each strand separately and weave it in. And the same thing, we will thread the needle first. And weave it in. The way I weave in, I always look for the thickest part of motif. Here it is the center. And this is where I'm going with my thread. So make sure that everything is done neatly. You can go through first few stitches and slowly go through an entire circle. You want to make sure that your padding cord also secured and will not allow your stitches to unravel. So, and it's easier, of course, to weave in one strand at a time. With padding cord, you can weave in like a few centimeters, and when whatever you don't need, you can cut it off. And the last piece, the second, also weave in. And also weave in the same area. You can go a different direction now because there are quite a bit of going on. And this we didn't weave in on that side yet. And also when you weave in, make sure that it's not shown anywhere. It's very easy to weave on the back. Make sure that your stitches are tight, and when you hide your padding cord, make sure it's not shown anywhere. And here also I weaved quite a long piece, and I can cut thread off right now. That's it. This is how you finish this motif. So now let me know if you have questions. If you have questions, I will answer them while I'm here. Somehow I lost you, I think. I don't know. But okay, please let me know if you have questions. If you don't have questions, then we will finish our live video. And you can come back and ask questions later, because this video will be right away saved, and you can watch it in recording, and you can ask questions later. You can always write to me your question, and I will always look at this later and answer. So please visit my website. My website is, let me give you the link. You can go and learn, for example, how to not learn, but make work with everybody else. During this pandemic, I opened a website, on a website new page, where I show how to crochet other motifs. They just basically, it's a already recorded videos saved. There are a lot of patterns. You can go there. Here's the link also for you. Just directly to that page. So there you can find videos, you can find crochet patterns. Just don't forget, you have to click on the picture that you see, and this picture will take you to the crochet pattern or to the video tutorials, and you can learn how to make other motifs. And of course, visit my YouTube channel often, and pay attention to another page. This page is Irish Crochet Lab on Facebook. In that page, you can find all information about when my lessons are coming, when is something going on sale on my website, and all announcements about what I do, you can find there. It's quite important to follow that page for those of you who are not a member of Irish Crochet Lab, but want to know what is it that I'm doing out there. So here is the, let me grab the link. So I would suggest you to follow this link right here. Here it is, so that you can always know when is next lesson coming, when is new lesson is coming, and you will not miss them. And subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please like my videos. It will help me a lot for my YouTube relationship with YouTube, is the way I understand it. So the more likes, the better it is. So this is all. I don't see that you sent in any questions. Then I will just finish my lesson, and you can always ask me later about this motif. So that's it. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful week. Next lesson from the same book, from 128 motifs, will be next week on Tuesday at 12 o'clock. And I will see you then. Goodbye.